throwing the ball 5 times. West also in total offense was 4th in the Big Nine in total offense, averaging over 300 yards a game. They've been held to 56 yards at halftime as the festivities continue at Bruce Smith Field. The introduction of the homecoming royalty, the kings and queens, standing on the podiums in front of the stands here at Bruce Smith Field. On a very snowy night. Meanwhile, the grounds crew out with their shovels, shoveling the yard lines so that folks can see them in the second half. 20-0, the Falcons lead at halftime. The Falcons came into this game, by the way, 6th in the Big Nine in total offense, averaging 278 yards a game, and have racked up 195 in the first half total offensive yards. In terms of total points, Faribault was number 3 in the Big Nine, averaging 28 points a game. West just ahead of them, number 2 in the league, and they only led by 0.8 of a point. Owatonna is the offensive machine of the Big Nine, averaging 39 points a game. They have Winona tonight at home for their homecoming. The Huskies and the Winona Windhawks. As Owatonna has had a chance to see the Faribault Falcons on film during the course of this whole season, because Owatonna follows Faribault's schedule. Right after Faribault plays a team, Owatonna plays them. So it'll be a lot of fun heading down to Owatonna in a few weeks. Next week, the Faribault Falcons are in Rochester to take on Mayo. As the King Tupa and Queen Fitzgerald now racing our presence on the track in front of the stand here. Not exactly in King and Queen attire, I might add. Mr. Tupa's got those farmer overalls on. And I don't blame them. I don't suppose I'd be in a dress either if I were Lydia. Or Rachel, I should say. And a high five from the King and Queen. Well, Brad was on KDHL's AM Minnesota program earlier this week. What a delightful young man he is. Looking forward to wrestling again this winter. He was just that close to a state championship, lost in the finals last March. And he is determined to get back to a chance at another state championship next year. And I tell you, if it's in his control, I'm sure he'll do it. He's a great young man. And, of course, Rachel Fitzgerald is a pretty good volleyball player, a captain on that volleyball team, which unfortunately lost their first match of the Big Nine season last night in Winona. See if we can tell you a little bit more about our king, Brad Tupa, participating in stops, student council, peer helpers, staff, and double impact, as well as being on the wrestling team, as I mentioned, the past 3 years. Brad took 2nd place in the state tourney last year. He'll serve as captain of the wrestling team this year and is currently employed at Quick Trip East. Brad plans to attend college after high school. He told us earlier this week he didn't know what college he'll go into, and he really doesn't know what kind of a career he wants to go into yet either, which is common. And Rachel Fitzgerald is the student council treasurer this year, along with being the secretary of the National Honor Society. He's also involved, as I mentioned, in volleyball, in basketball, fast-pitch softball. Rachel serves as captain for each of those sports, which is quite an honor, and works as a Sunday school teacher. Rachel plans to attend a 4-year college and pursue a degree in education. By the way, the homecoming parade grand marshals this afternoon were Lyle and Ruth Olson, longtime educators at the high school and middle school. And high school would like to recognize both Lyle and Ruth here tonight for all that they have done for the schools and youth of our community. It's been fun sitting with Ruth at a lot of volleyball games over the years over at Faribault High School. They're passionate about the youth of our community. Again, 20-0 the score at halftime. The Faribault Falcons 195 total yards. Mankato West with 56.
I know.
Oh,
no, I'm fine.
I'm fine. My what? My what? Yeah.
There's no good games in the afternoon television. Football. And at night there's kind of food place. I'll be home in time to see that. We'll cook up something good for supper. Jack, you don't want me to waste away. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks ago, the last old football game, a pager was turned into a press box. We still have it up there. If you lost the pager, that was 2 weeks ago at the last football game in Austin. You can't do that when you decide it. That was got one from somebody. I don't know what it was.
Look at Charlie Masson pushing.
Pushing that so hard.
Awful hard to believe the guy could be out the air that long. Kathy. Thanks for the upside down. I would say so. You know, bowl of tomato soup tonight. Can't play in this stuff.
I tell you, when I was in high school, I didn't go here. I went to Hardy Hester. We played.
In this stuff?
Are you guys still on?
You couldn't play in this. Yeah. Your lips are free. Hardy Hector?
Hardy Hester.
You gotta be hardy to live in Hector.
No.
No, I remember we played in the snow.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I played the trumpet.
Well, I played the baritone, and I know they never let, well, for one thing, they never let the woodwinds play.
in your pocket so it's
reeds
warm.
and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. We probably weren't out as long.
Of course, in section 1, Class 5A football, and the 8 teams in that section are Lakeville, Rochester Mayo, Rochester John Marshall, Rochester Century, Winona, Faribault. I'm missing a couple here. Help me, Gordy.
I didn't hear what you said, I guess.
Thanks a lot.
You mentioned the big 9 schools and you're missing the metro there.
No, Lakeville, Eastview,
I'm missing Eastview. That's who the other one is. But Lakeville's going to be the number 1 seed regardless, and they'll be the favorite to win it. And the Falcons, you know, if they could win the rest of their ball games,
They're playing for home field.
they're playing for home field advantage. And, you know, they finish the season with 1 loss, they'll get home field advantage. In fact, I think even with 2 losses, they could get home field advantage.
And I think that if you finish with 1 loss in this league, you could end up in a tie for the conference championship, because I don't know that John Marshall's going to go the whole year without getting beat.
Yeah.
They still have to play Mayo, and they play Century tonight.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And lots of football left, and hopefully the weather will straighten out and we'll have a little bit better weather for the last half of the season. Tonight starts the second half of the football season. Faribault 3-1 coming into this game with 4 games left counting tonight. And of course the playoffs then get underway. The Prep Bowl this year, the day after Thanksgiving. It's on a Friday. I think that is the 26th of November at the Metrodome. Mankato West won the coin toss. They deferred, so they will get their choice to start the second half, and being down 20-0, I'm sure that they're going to take the football.
Remember we said at the start of the game, and usually this is the case on field like this, that field position would be a key that really didn't mean anything in the first half. The Falcons' average starting field position was their 32. The average for Mankato West, their 36.
And the Falcons just had some great plays. Mike Wolford just had an outstanding first half. Big credit should go to Jim Tetzloff and Chuck Madsen. They worked awful hard out here, shoveling this field off at halftime, or actually the yard markers. So we're going to be set to go here at Bruce Smith Field. Faribault leads 20-0. As we said, 1 game already postponed tonight because of a power outage, and that was at Mankato East. And they will play Monday night at Mankato East, Austin and East. Winona playing at Owatonna tonight, the Husky homecoming. John Marshall playing at Rochester Century, and Rochester Mayo playing at Albert Lee. So we're just about set to get the second half underway here at Bruce Smith Field.
Again, unofficially, in the first half, the Falcons with 195 total yards, 163 on the ground, led by Wolford's 79 yards. Hartman had 56, Thielbar 22, and Shima 6. For Mankato West, 4 yards rushing, 52 passing in the first half.
So 56 to 195. And the Falcons lead 20-0, and they will kick off to start this third quarter of play. Snow still coming down, still coming down.
And it is interesting, you know, Coach Sutton told me before the game, we are not going to shy away. We are not going to shy away from the pass because of the field conditions, but they only threw the ball 5 times in the first half.
And their 2 first downs came on pass plays.
They were 4 of 5 passing. So it appears they did tend to shy away a bit from the pass.
Now I'm sure Rick Sutton went in and says, hey, if they can score 20.5, we can score 20.5. And this first possession, very crucial for Mankato West.
Well, West can put points on the board. They can put them on quickly with big play people like Weiss.
Adam Schatzko will kick it off for the Falcons as we start the third quarter of play. Low line drive kick taken at the 35-yard line, coming up to the 40, the 45, and down at the 49-yard line, or at the 40, up to the 44-yard line, as Nick Ward makes the tackle, and Mankato West will start in good field position as we start the third quarter. 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go as West starts first and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Double receivers to the wide side of the field as Nestler brings them up the line of scrimmage. Heltner, the up man in the eye. Behind him is Boyer, and they give the ball to Boyer straight ahead. He drags people with him, breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles across the midfield.